Hey.
About to go down. This time tomorrow night, some people gonna be cheering, some people gonna be booing, somebody gonna win a bet, somebody gonna break their TV, households will be divided. It's WrestleMania. Officially, we here. And we here. Attitude Era Podcast, WWE SmackDown recap, highlight reel with the guys. You know, it's only one man can really do this. So we're gonna let him do it. Then I'm gonna step in for the hot tag. King HP, it's on you.
With no further ado, y'all know what it is. Live from Las Vegas.
Y'all
Your
smell that?
favorite wrestler's favorite podcaster. If you ain't got a picture with Gamage and they say they famous, I'm gonna show you right now, tonight. They ain't as famous as you think they is because this man is in Vegas live, whole new atmosphere. None of that CGI, y'all. That's the real game time with
Game
Gamage.
time.
And
he joined a
who,
new faction, y'all. He gonna show y'all the faction he joined, and I'm gonna tell y'all the name of this faction.
and I got to hear it. Hey, and y'all know what it is to my right or my left, depending on which way you looking. Y'all know what it is. The most loved, the most hated, the greatest heel in podcast wrestling today. The Archie Carter, aka the podcast Poppy.
Hola, mi amigos. And listen, y'all know him. You see the gold. So that only means one thing. He is the undisputed podcast champion of the world, King HP. And let everybody sing. King HP, King HP, King HP, King HP. And you are you. Shout out to the best chat on the internet. This is Attitude Era Podcast. SmackDown recap. Let's get into it. We ain't gonna be in front of you too long tonight. I used to hate when the guest preacher at church said that because dude giving you 45 minutes. I'm gonna give you. You're gonna get this work in the words of Loaded Luck. Speaking of, shout out to Sue Surf. I read some good news. I hope it's true. But we're gonna be live probably all weekend, so we're not gonna hold you too long tonight. HP, where you want to start? What's going on?
Where do I want to start is a good question because one, it's WrestleMania. Do we need hype? I wasn't too super. I knew SmackDown wasn't. It really ain't even about SmackDown. We got a couple little gems tonight, but the point: keep wrestlers safe tonight. You got a late night because they got the Hall of Fame. And if there's any Easter eggs of wrestlers to come, maybe we can tap into those keys, Royce keys. And we might, you know what I'm saying, be able to showcase that type of talent tonight as everybody waits for WrestleMania. Andre the Giant Battle Royal, Memorial Battle Royal. I don't know why I want to start there.
Let's go.
I thought this thing was over with. Done. It's something that has been tried and failed. And then tonight, Royce Keys and Talatanga wrap up the final two, put on a show, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited for post WrestleMania. Who's gonna get pushes? Because
if they get pushes,
yep. If maybe we may get call ups.
The next few weeks should be very interesting, but you mentioned Royce Keys. When you knew him as Powerhouse Hobbs, I said the guy looked like a WWE superstar. He carried himself like a WWE superstar. He got a pretty high ceiling in my book. The only thing is, winning the Andre the Giant battle, whatever, y'all know what I'm saying, it's never really worked out for nobody.
No, I thought there was some hope in some of the winners in past years when it was kind of their inaugural, the first couple of years. But it kind of, you're right. It didn't lead. Carmelo Hayes is a former winner. It didn't really juice the Jets like I would think.
Yes.
But but Braun Strowman won one year, and I thought that back then it was still something to behold.
Cesaro.
Cesaro. So Royce Keys winning it is something for me, I'm gonna put an
Man, he gonna
asterisk.
break the curse. He gonna break the curse.
I think
My man,
it's about time to, because he looks the part.
he
And you
looks
had
it.
him in there battling Tala Tonga in a battle of
Royce Keys
monsters.
Yeah.
looks like two things to me. He looks like a WWE superstar and a villain in the 1980s movie. Like, he just got a look. So shout out to Royce Keys, aka Powerhouse Hobbs. You made it, my brother. You made it. Now, what you do while you there? We're gonna
And
be
salute to Tala
I'm rooting for
Tonga.
Royce Keys. I'm rooting for Royce Keys. I'm just say that.
Same here.
Yeah, I think his story's great. He looks great, and he's already been around. You know what I mean? He's already kind of proven, if you already know, you know. So now it's just waiting on WWE to do what they got to do with him. And tonight was a good advance for him. Julia. So there was some bullshit that happened today with WWE.
Free Jordan Grace.
My man. Tonight was advertised Tiffany Stratton versus Julia for the U.S. title, women's side. I even put in, I think, one of our chats. And tonight it's going and new. Like, I'm looking forward to this because we're not getting it on Mania. I'm not high on Julia, but she's got a belt. Big shows where you got to go. Just makes the most sense to me. But you're going to put it on SmackDown the night before, the same way they used to do the Street Profits. Okay, I get that too. We need the ratings to roll. And then you switch the match. It became enough.
Yeah,
What are we doing?
They mentioned it on social media that they had canceled it. And that's why we got the match that happened.
Why? Dimaj, you were there in Vegas.
I think you just had to see Tiffany. If Tiffany wasn't going to be on Mania, you put her as close to Mania as you can put her.
I agree with that statement. Tiffany's money. I think Tiffany is one of their top performers. I think Tiffany is one of their top, maybe not top performers in my book. As far as, let me not say anything negative because I like Tiffany.
Nah, you know whose money, HP? Jordan Grace's money. Jordan Grace's stock has dropped significantly since she's been in WWE. Jordan Grace she looks great, but she doesn't look like the Jordan Grace that we thought we would get in WWE. I know a lot of times we say people need to go to NXT. I think that's a bad move for her.
I think it hurt her.
Yeah, it did.
It definitely hurt her. She debuted in the WWE, fake debut because she wasn't
Royal Rumble.
Yes. And she basically was the Iron Woman of that Royal Rumble that year. She met up with Naomi. They had a little moment. Then they went at it. She looked great. It was hype for her. All downhill after that.
Crickets.
And it's sad to see because
not even crickets. The crickets hear something, be like, "What's that?" Like nothing. Jordan Grace stock has plummeted in WWE, and I said that on a previous pod. Like, back in the day, WWE was the next step to super duper stardom. That was the things you needed to get to the next level. Now, wrestlers come to WWE, and when they leave, they have to rebrand and reestablish themselves because they stocks drop so low.
I don't even want to agree with that, Archie, but that's the unfortunate thing we've been seeing. But I'll say this. I don't think her stock has dropped so low that you can't do something with her if you don't. The U-turn is right here. Just turn her around because she looks the part. And as long as she looks a certain way, it's easy to just spin the wheel. But if she keeps losing or you keep her off, she did have the injury, but she shouldn't even been involved in this until you're ready to bring her back and make her a legitimate threat.
It's the thing of it. WWE does this thing where eventually everybody kind of starts looking alike. I think two things kind of slowed up Jordan Grace. One, when she was standing next to Jade Cargill, that size difference was like crazy. And also, Ivy now looks like Jordan Grace.
Smaller. I think Ivy now is a better wrestler than Jordan
So
Brooks.
it's like she's in a weird spot. But that size thing, when she was standing next to Jade, I was like, there's no way I would even believe this.
Right, same.
Yeah, that's I think you need to put Jordan on the other brand. Get her away from Jade Cargill. Because there's a lot of talent there. She looks, and when you look apart, like certain things talent can't do. It can't make you look no way. Shawn Michaels the most talented guy in the history of the business. But his look as the Heartbreak Kid, you can't replicate. There's been a lot of people. Remember Dolph Ziggler? He even put he had tights like Shawn Michaels and put DZ like as if they were the hearts on his tights. Like he was a carbon copy almost. And you can't replicate Shawn.
You can't manufacture cool. I'm gonna get to Triple H a little bit later to shut the F up. But you can't manufacture cool. Shawn Michaels may have been a lot of things, but one thing Shawn Michaels was, he was cool.
And then the
And
other side of the pillow.
and it radiates, it popped off through your TV screen. When that song hit, I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. He believed that.
Dog, the internet craze of people doing the Shawn Michaels and referring to it as the Shawn Michaels, and people who didn't even. I'm just really happy for him. We'll get back to SmackDown in a minute because I always feel like people when they talk about the all-time greats, right? People will say John Cena, but when you talk to wrestlers and you ask them who was the GOAT, only a few names come up, and no one says John Cena.
It's
Only
Shawn
a
Michaels.
fan
Shawn
listens to
Michaels
the
is Shawn
broadcast.
Michaels is everybody's favorite, low key.
Dog,
Yeah.
it's
Look,
Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair.
Look, shout out to Bret Hart. When we interviewed him, he put Shawn Michaels on his top 5.
yeah, exact. Like Shawn, I even have to go to my
I just
TikTok.
think Shawn never had the superstardom of a Hogan, of a Rock. Like he never had that super duper star moment.
Well,
He had moments.
I'll disagree. However, I think that career-ending injury that ended for the run and Stone Cold not having because Stone Cold could have had a couple things that if I could rewrite time, WWE would be in a great place in that 98, 99, 2000 because Shawn, let's say Shawn doesn't leave, he doesn't hurt his back, right? Brett doesn't go to WCW because there's no screw job. WWE's in a great place with 3 top people because Stone Cold came in at that point. But I think Vince versus Stone Cold never happens. I think it's Vince versus Brett because that's where they were really headed.
Yeah, that's true.
And Stone Cold now has to beef with Shawn Michaels, who we got his first world championship from. And that will be the rivalry going forward because Brett is also getting older. So him beefing with Vince makes sense because he'll be the first to leave the company. Shawn and Stone Cold are within that age range of each other. And they're polar opposites. One's bright lights, a lot of colors. He's flamboyant. The other is, I'll beat your ass.
Shout out to the chat, man. Rib shot. I didn't see Jake Hager on Power Slap, but I'm gonna look at it. Aaron said something interesting in the chat, and I've been mentioning this for the past few weeks. They said John Cena was hosting WrestleMania. We've not seen or heard anything else past that one announcement that he made was like a 15-second clip. So I don't know what's going on with that. Because if John Cena's on my program and we need to sell 40,000 tickets in a week, I'm going to be mentioning John Cena's going to be there.
I think you're 100% correct. I
Damaj,
wonder
you're in Vegas right now. Have you seen any John Cena anything?
Yeah, there's a couple John Cena stuff like in WWE world. Tomorrow he's supposed to be doing his meet and greets if they didn't cancel it.
I'm saying anything connecting him to the show.
No, he said the meet and greets. He said the meet and greets connected to the show, or that's just some other stuff John Cena's doing.
No, that's like part of the Mania theme.
So maybe he is hosting.
So yeah, I just think other than that, it's been very minimal as far as like including Cena.
Considering he's retired and like, bro, I don't know. Something's happening in WWE because he posted that thing said do it yourself. But I don't know. I just saw that in the chat. Thought I mentioned it. What else we got to touch on SmackDown?
Shit, I forgot. I was gonna talk about the Randy promo, but I didn't think there was anything to see here. I don't know if you guys had any thoughts on it, but I didn't think it was nothing.
I'm just ready for the match. I saw Pat McAfee at WrestleMania World. Pat, you're trying too hard. You Jack Harlow in the wrestling world right now. We don't
I'm
need
gonna
it.
ask you a question because I'm happy you said that. Let me give you a quick 30-second backdrop and then ask the question. Unpopular opinion. I think Pat McAfee is the greatest heel of 2026. Beyond question. With that being said, I believe he is great for this feud, but it's the wrong time. Do you
No,
think?
I don't. I'm gonna cut you off. Sorry, but I don't think he's a good heel. I think he's a great troll.
Mm,
And I think he's trolling because he's not as he's it's too much, right? He's healing, he's cutting promos, he's throwing in stuff. The Cody showing up to the set and all that. I mean, yeah, I get it, but I think he's just trolling and he's gonna go away. And that's gonna be it. Pat McAfee, really, what he's really doing, he's the bridge between WWE and ESPN because wrestlers just popping up on ESPN. It's weird, bro. Considering that they've never done it and how much they've been doing it, so you got to bridge somebody between it. I was picking up food today and saw Trick Williams talking to I think Stephen A. Smith or somebody, and I just like,
Yeah.
yo, this is kind of weird. It's great for Trick and great for the business, but I just feel like WWE is kind of prostituting themselves to anybody who will have them right now.
Tomas, what's your 2 cents? Give me a nickel, please.
No, I'm pretty much
He
with
was
us.
hanging with the $1 million man today. He got more than 2 cents.
Hey, can you show that picture? Are you allowed to show that picture? Hold on, because I push your panties to the side. You know I don't care about that. You know.
Gamage has officially joined a faction. Back in the day, this faction would be known as the $1 Million Corporation. You see the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Oh,
He
who's the
got
other
the
guy? Ted DiBiase Jr. So Gamage has not joined the $1 Million Corporation. Gamage is now a member of the trio known as Scam Likely.
dog. Gamage, let me ask you a question. Because I think it's very funny. And I made a comment about this the other night.
And Brett Favre is going to be their manager.
And yo, I made a comment about this the other night. Ted DiBiase was on his ex with his lawyer, and they were like, "Yo, what are you doing April 18th?" Blah blah blah. Like they kept saying little jokes like that, right? And you're in Las Vegas, and you took a picture with them. Is it coincidental that Ted DiBiase Jr. is in the vicinity taking pictures?
I don't think so.
You don't think it's coincidental?
I honestly don't think so. I think this is something purposely done for marketing to try to get more people to see him. But just seeing
He has
how
no contract with WWE.
it don't
Or
matter.
does he?
It don't matter because I still don't think I think they're still playing it safe for them. The fact that it's not WWE doing the booking, this is TKO. TKO don't give a fuck about DiBiase.
Not
But they
only
have to.
that, would the fans have recognized him if he was to pop up? He don't look in ring shape. First of
No,
all,
he doesn't.
no disrespect. He looked like me sitting on that couch. But would the fans have even known who that was? I think the people would know his dad before they know him.
I see this is where WWE did bad, right? If you would have did more into the legacy, like Randy Orton mentioning legacy tonight. You know what? You're saying that me aligning with Pat McAfee destroys my legacy. You know what destroys my legacy? All the times I helped you out. You at WrestleMania 40 asking Seth Rollins, but Cody before everybody. Like he did this whole spiel, this whole promo.
He could say,
But-
you know what destroyed my legacy? Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase Jr. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even say his name until
Plant
tomorrow.
the seed. If you're using them, plant the seed because nobody would have known who Ted was.
But
If
I
I
think you
saw,
just put him in all the clips. I think you put him in all the clips and let it write itself until he shows up. If you can't confirm, because I find it weird that he's doing meet and greets for the WWE and wasn't under contract.
I don't. It's WrestleMania, bro. Anybody that can make $1
Didn't
that was a wrestler is making $1. Everybody's there. Like
yeah. And the thing
that's
is,
the thing about it.
it wasn't under WWE. It was under a separate convention that has nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay.
And he could have
Yeah.
just been hanging out with his dad, to be honest. He just got out of jail. Like, he probably wanted to be around his pop. It's just so having WrestleMania's here.
Money, 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 money.
The Maj is in Scam Likely, folks.
I'm about to watch some old WrestleMania with Ted DiBiase. Salute to.
But shout out to both him, the father, and the son. They were both really chill.
Yeah, the DiBiase's are cool. It's just sometimes, hey, at the end of the day got in.
I hope that he can do something and take out Pat McAfee. Or I noticed this too. Randy made a promo.
Y'all think Pat's getting involved? He's definitely getting involved in this match. I'm not even gonna ask that question.
If you do a double heel turn, is it possible Pat McAfee aligns with Cody Rhodes?
No. Pat's too deep into people hating him, kind of like Sami Zayn right now.
Sammy. I think
Uncle Sammy.
Oh yeah, I gotta say something about Sammy too.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
Hey, we can get
Go
it.
ahead.
Oh no, I think again, this is just I'm joking but not joking, but this is something I notice when I go to like conventions and meet wrestlers. Sometimes you meet a wrestler who is supposed to be a heel. If they're a champion, sometimes they don't always bring the belts with them when they're meeting their fans. Those who are babyface, they tend to always do that to please the fans. When I met Sammy, he did not have the belt. He didn't bring it with him with the fans. That's something a heel would do.
Trick Williams I wouldn't say Trick is a heel though. Trick is really kind of a face right now.
I think Trick is a heel because you can't go off the crowd reaction. You got to go off their tactics and what they do. Like, are they still cheating to win? Do they do things when the ref's back is turned? Do they take low blows? These are tactics heels use that baby faces won't. Now, how the crowd responds to them is a different story.
Yeah.
Because they still talk about turning
that line has been blurred by people like Randy Orton, CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's a blurred line. Gamage, that would be something you would know because that's your ministry. I don't pay attention to stuff like that, to be honest. But you every favorite wrestler's favorite podcaster for a reason.
But I'm telling you, that's usually what happens. Even when I was on that line and people were like, "Yo, you don't got the," but like they were whispering it. Like, fuck, man. So I'm like, yeah, he healed.
According to Trick Williams, he don't got a toothbrush. You think he got a belt? Carrying the belt around?
Yo, didn't Trick say to join again on HP?
Yeah, Trick has done some great podcasts lately that I would just not expected. None of that. I hope this guy says a comment so I can roast him.
It's you, Ray. It's you. And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But the chick was like, you still look like you ain't showered. You still smell like 10 pounds of bounce that ass.
Yeah.
Yo, everything he did, the crowd popped.
I think Trick is going to end up being, I'm not going to say like a Rock, right? But he's going to get very popular, and it's going to make it very hard to bring up Ricky Starks to the main roster because Ricky Starks already gets so much comparison to The Rock. And yet,
well, the thing about Trick is, and it kind of falls on Triple H. Triple H admitting he didn't know what to do with Trick and he don't understand Trick. It's going to get to a point where they're going to try to start doing stuff with him and start trying to understand him, and they're going to ruin Trick Williams.
That's what kind of scares me.
Once they try to do that, it's
because
over.
even with Jay, you can only yeet so long. and come through the crowd for so long. And now that they stopped it, when he does, if he does go back to it, it'll have that impact it once did. But again, WWE sees a thing and they make the thing a thing, then it loses its value. Triple H should have never said that. He should have never said that. I don't know why WWE as a whole and company is so comfortable telling people they don't understand their superstars or they don't have anything for these guys.
Makes me wonder
I,
if Triple H has a like a publisher or something to tell him like what to say or what not to say.
He don't, clearly. Because that is something he shouldn't have said. Or said it a different way.
the 10 pounds to bounce that ass.
No, I don't
No, no,
understand Trick Williams. I
no.
don't know what
When Triple
what
H said he didn't know how to book Trick.
Oh yeah, I watched that. So here's the thing, right? We've kind of like known this is why Crime Time was a thing and blah blah blah. But my thing is this: in 2026, you saying these things is like, but you're the guy who's we're looking at that's in control.
it's
And when we look at, it's not something that just this podcast has said. It's been pretty out there until the recent where you had Trick, Oba, and Javon Evans. We have watched you fumble a many black wrestlers,
here's the
male
thing, HP.
specific.
I guess I'll go on my little rant right now. We had D-Rec on the other day, right?
Oh,
And
hold on.
D-Rec
Let's
compared.
slide these hold on. Let me slide these pennies to the side.
D-Rec's a wrestling fan. His wrestling knowledge, maybe not so much on current product, but he knows wrestling. He compared Obafemi to Ahmed Johnson. And I thought about that and I was like, you know what? He doesn't have many reference points for black wrestlers. Then when Triple H said that, it just made me realize the WWE only has 3 molds for black wrestlers. Black wrestlers in WWE can be anything but human. They're either Crime Time, R-Truth, or big scary guys. Mark Henry, Omos, hopefully not Obafemi. You can only be those 3 things: comedy, thug, or scary. Meanwhile, the white wrestlers, I hate to make it racist, but it is what it is. You can be anything. You could be a Manitar. You could be a black man. Steve Blackman's character was that he had no character. You could be the Iceman. You could be a superhero. You could be the anti-hero. You can be anything you want to be. But black wrestlers only can be 3 things. And what does that mean? When you say you don't understand the language, you don't understand what he said, understand what lemon pepper steppers are, but you know the crowd reacts, so you let them go with it. You feel it. You see, he said, I feel it, but I don't understand it. Paul, you need to understand what's going on. Because not only are you paying with people's lives and legacies, it's your company. That tells me as much. I apply to WWE every year, and I might not ever make it there, but it tells me there's not many black people in those creative rooms. There's nobody representing the culture to say, hey, look at this, look at that. Because when you did have people who try to do it, Bobby Lashley, MVP, and them was wearing suits, you fired all those guys. So you're either going to be entertaining, a thug, or a big scary guy. So when D-Rec made that reference point, I got it. He didn't have much to reference it to. Then Triple H doubles down by saying that we have no connection. And I'm like, dog, it's a problem, but that's the WWE template and the WWE mode. It's been that way. It's never really looked good. I made the comment on the show recently. If I ever get to speak to Rikishi, I want to ask him, how does he feel about just now Roman Reigns and the Usos changing how the Samoans are represented in WWE? Remember, they had bones to their nose, eating chickens, and didn't wear shoes. And now you see them dressed in suits. They got swag. It's different. But it took how long to get to that even? And we know how much value the WWE puts on the Samoans, the NOIE family. But
Yeah.
for them just to get to that point, everybody else is going to be a long time before we get there, unfortunately. And it's people who have done the work. But even the people that did the work, one was a junkyard dog, one was a Ugandan giant. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, everybody else could be everything, but the other wrestlers can only be one of three. So Triple H, shut the F up. And look at my application, dog. I'm in there.
Yeah, I like to double down on that a little bit, but just in a different way too.
Hey,
like
Will, I'm 1000% telling you I can do a better job. Not only do I do a better job, I've done a better job, and I work with several wrestling companies. So before you decide to be a keyboard warrior, do your research on what you're watching, or come back and see all the work we have done. Pat McAfee's a good troll. You ain't.
So I like to
Resume is
double.
incredible, dog. I got 15 years in TV, radio, and film. So
If you look at the black wrestlers now, right? Very good. We're in a very good place because one, WWE is very diverse. You got Liv Morgan at the top, CM Punk at the top, Roman, Roxanne Perez, and some other females, Stephanie Vicure, AJ, Becky, tag team champs, or the Usos. It's very diverse, and I love it. Right. I also love that ain't nobody doing no dumbass. RG, I'll disagree on one small little thing. Just one small.
Oh, go ahead.
You said Roman Reigns and the Usos. I actually just accredited to Roman because the Usos came through with a modern version of what the Samoans. They was barefoot with the long shorts, though. They weren't like the wild Samoans, but they were like
Jacob and Solo weren't wearing shoes.
Oh yeah, they weren't.
They weren't. I forget. But Roman ain't never not had shoes, bro. And, you know,
hey,
but
he just had a bulletproof vest.
you did. But so it took till 2015, 2010.
And Chad, you're right. That was Vince, but it's different.
No, it was Vince. Vince did turn Tony Atlas to Saba Simba. He turned One Man Gang to Hakeem, the African Dream, which was a play on Dusty Rhodes, and I'm not going to get into that whole history. I hated minority wrestlers growing up, which I know, and I hate when people say you relating to the cook. I hate that shit. But
even Booker T, King Booker was a comedy act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was his most successful gimmick, being a joke.
Being a joke. And I hate that too, because if Triple H loses at, I forgot the WrestleMania, put it in the chat if you know it, where him and Booker went, I think it was 21 or 22.
I think it was 21.
But even that optic, that's the last WrestleMania that was good, according to D-Rec. Even that optic of this build of that story, Triple H is standing there in suits. And what did he say, Booker? People like you would never hold this.
He said nappy hair. Like he fully layered
said, go
it
ahead,
out
dance. There. Go ahead, Book, dance. Do a little dance. Entertain me.
I'll never forget. Like, you know what I hate? When I hear wrestlers saying they're not going to do something and they stand 10 toes down on it, and then I see a promo like that, and then later down the road, they'll be like, no, I was never, he's not racist. I'd be like, well, then why did he do that promo?
Yeah. And why were you okay with that to do it?
Yeah, like how did you, even if he wasn't okay with it, no one told you to dance like a monkey when Mark Henry came to the ring. And you can just YouTube it, Triple H, Mark Henry intro.
And that DX skit would have been funny without X-Pac in blackface. A big belly tells us you had Mizark on your shirt. We knew who you were supposed to be. You didn't have to paint your face black.
Yeah, so it's certain things that I'm happy we're in the place we're in. Very happy. Because again, everybody deserves white, Puerto Rican. I'm happy we don't got a motherfucker like Tatanka running around, right? Even though his son's is about to come up. But, you know, Tatanka was, I'm just going to leave it there.
Right? But we got a whole playlist on this podcast called They Got Us. And what you talking about? Razor Ramon.
He wasn't even Hispanic. Razor Ramon might be the greatest Hispanic wrestler to never. And he's not.
And you know what?
I've seen him on lists, and he's not Hispanic.
That's also one of the greatest gimmicks ever. I'm not
Yeah,
saying people
yeah,
shouldn't be able to
it's up
do
there.
things. I'm just saying black wrestlers should be able to do more than 3 things.
Yeah, putting him in suits with the Hurt Locker that was smooth, but ultimately they were like, we're not going to see that. We don't want to see any color in Unreal. And I put that in the chat, Mike.
Yeah.
I think it was our chat. We talked. It's horrible because there's cultural differences. Denzel Washington said this. If Martin Scorsese, because they were asking about, I forgot who directed Fences, and he was having the conversation. And then he was like, Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese. If Steven Spielberg, who directs Schindler's List, right? He has a cultural feel for that. He was raised to learn about the Holocaust and what it means. And he came up in a Jewish household. But what if Martin Scorsese did it? Who never, you know what I'm saying? It would be different. It would have a different feel. And by having representation, people will be like, don't do that. Why? Because like a lot of black people feel this way, or a lot of Hispanic people feel, they'd be like, oh, so there's certain lines we shouldn't cross, and there's certain lines can we teeter the
That's
line?
why Ryan Coogler made Sinners.
Bro, all his movies are.
I watched. I still haven't watched the movie fully, but
Wait, time out. What?
I heard him do an interview. He said because his family's so connected to the blues in the South, and he's a West Coast dude to the heart. He's not like Jacob Fatu when he's talking. It's he said he felt like he had to tell that story, and that's why he did it. And like Mike said, on the show Unreal, there's no black people in creative.
Time out.
There's only
I
one
don't give a
black person
damn
I
about
ever saw
Unreal.
backstage
I don't
at
give a damn
WWE.
about
Hold up,
WrestleMania.
and that was the
You
lady.
ain't watched Sinners.
And I probably won't. It, I
I
watched it.
probably won't.
I mean, listen, I watched a great movie tonight though, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is because you might kick me out the pie. But
Damn, I want to know what it is.
I'm not telling nobody. What's up, HP? You gotta go to work.
Text me privately.
Listen, we're just saying we want more out of the people that the best man should get the job, and the ceiling shouldn't be because of everything we've done in the past. The ceiling should be you create your own ceiling and you go high. So because we did have a Bianca Belair. You know what I'm saying? Naomi was cooking before she went to go. I think she had a baby because
I think she did.
Jay
But I
Uso
don't know.
said something about it. He's like, your little baby's cute. Because him and Jay was just doing the thing at WrestleMania. So listen, and it's just man. And even the people in the past never got the credit. Junkyard Dog did so much for people he would never get credit for that people speak
People
on
don't
now.
know John Ritter.
They speak on now, but hey, hopefully it gets better. They have a new batch of talent where they can do so much with. And these guys and girls, men and women in this new batch of WWE talent, your Jada Parkers, your Oba Femis, hell, your Ricky Starks, your Javon Evans, all these people could be your WrestleMania main events in the next few years. Who that?
Oh my
Oba?
God. The ruler?
Your Jade Cargill. Let me see. I said Jade Cargill, he got Jade in there too. I know he got Jade. And while we on it, hey, I want to say shut the F up. I know this ain't the time for our shut the F up segment, but I got to say shut the F up to all these fans at the hotels harassing wrestlers, walking through hotels and their rooms. Listen, man, if this was 10 years ago, Randy Orton would have been on the news. That guy followed Randy Orton through that hotel, harassed him the whole time. And he's just trying to get to where he's going. Listen, if you got off your job, pulled up to your crib, was walking up to your stairs, put your key in your door, and somebody asked you for help for something at your job and you ain't at work, you would feel some type of way. Leave these wrestlers alone. Obafemi just went through this. Stephanie Bakir just went through this. Like, I get you get excited. It's WrestleMania. But leave people alone in their private times and private spaces. And if you're complaining about somebody not giving you what you want after they gave you everything, like you gotta shut the F up. Chill. And hotels, y'all know the wrestlers are there. Y'all gotta do something.
No, it's crazy, man. Because imagine people following, like, that's my favorite cashier, and you follow them home, and did all that. You know what I'm saying?
My man
Like,
followed Diamond home from Players Club. I spent all my money on you, bitch.
oh, so you seen Players Club, but you ain't.
Yeah, I seen Players Club. Hey, we all seen Players Club.
Okay.
HP
I might,
chill.
I might watch Players Club tonight.
I see.
No, you know what it is with Sinners? I watch Sinners, right? And
so
I always get
did you watch it or didn't you watch it?
I start to watch it, and every time it gets to a certain point, it cuts off.
What's up with your Wi-Fi? You got an Obama phone that you're trying to watch it on?
I watch it, and then when Smoke go back to the city, and he pay the girl to watch while he in the store, and he getting the stuff for the party, and he shoot Buddy in the ass, and they go to the barn, and they buy the barn. Like I get up to right around that area, cut off every time. Every time.
Dog. You
be turning it on.
You be expecting Monster Ball. That's what you expecting.
I hated that movie.
Monster Ball?
Yeah.
I hate it too, but it won an Oscar.
I hated that. That's how Halle Berry got her.
I didn't like that. That's the movie that got her an Oscar.
Yeah.
It's always like that. It's people that do the vote. It's not like they looked at anything else and said, you know what, the acting in this movie is superb. They said, damn. That shit, we gotta give it something.
Good.
That was like
what else happened on SmackDown, man? We got off track.
Halle Berry was bent over Billy Bob Thornton's knee, getting cheeks. You're right. Let's get back to SmackDown. I know this
promo.
I gotta shut the F up. I gotta shut the F up.
So Archie
I normally don't.
Now watching Sinners.
Yeah. No, I gotta shut the F up to the WWE, man. Straight up. Why are we doing the WWE Hall of Fame at midnight? And so, there is no listen. You can't show me another respectable walk of life that does retirement ceremony, because that's really what it is. A retirement ceremony / Hall of Fame, when on the West Coast it's only 9 o'clock. Listen, man.
Hey, 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock.
Listen, when you're starting it at midnight after the SmackDown, an hour after, last year you had pictures going out of wrestlers falling asleep. You know this is not a good idea. 2, it's on the ESPN app. Second, it's on YouTube internationally. So, if you're in Mexico or you're in the UK, that's how you're going to end up watching it. So you have a lot of chips to control the time. You could put it on at a respectable hour to show that it's a respectable product, because we know Taxi Cab Confessions wasn't respectable. You didn't watch that with your grandmother. So what time did that come on? We didn't watch Real Sex. Back in the day when
Real Sex.
I got to explain it for the youngsters in there. We used to have to watch the porno channels and try to see through the lines. But you know what used to come on at an unrespectable hour? Real Sex. So don't put your Hall of
That's
Fame.
why my vision bad today, because I was squinting trying to see nipples.
If it came on at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., respectable times, even 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, so it's 6 on the West Coast.
Here's the thing about that, HP. WWE and TKO need to really understand, when it comes to WrestleMania and WrestleMania week, there's no more juice to squeeze out of it. The Hall of Fame used to be its very own thing, its own day.
And now, it doesn't have to be after SmackDown.
Now another thing. We got to build and let's do it after SmackDown. You're already tired as a fan. Now you got to sit through possibly 2 days of 5-6 hours of Mania. There's no more juice to squeeze out of it. That's just, and they're going to try to squeeze everything they can out of it. But shout out to everybody that's watching the cable box with the squiggly lines. Yeah.
Dog, that was unreal TV.
I'm watching knees and elbows thinking I'm seeing boobs. Excited about nothing.
Put this song on Bulldozer. I don't know what that is. My favorite cashier. Yeah, don't follow your favorite cashier home. But people treat wrestlers like that. They're just people that perform It's sickening, man. The world is a sick place.
Following your favorite cashier home from Jack in the Box is nuts.
Yeah, Jack in the Box was nuts. Oh man, do I miss the West Coast? Salute
Jack in
to
the
the West
Box,
Coast.
Whataburger, In-N-Out. Yeah, it goes
In and out
down.
was fire. All the taco spots.
Oh, we know
Hilberto's,
you
Alberto's.
Taco Tuesday, the champ over there. But
For
listen,
real,
man,
for real.
SmackDown was good. I think we had some real good conversations. We ain't gonna hold y'all too long because we gonna be on, I think, every day. Gamaj is live in Vegas right now. That is not a green screen. That's not CGI. He's in Vegas. Who you got? Who you was with today? Obafemi, was it Jade Cargill, Ted DiBiase, Ted DiBiase Jr., Sheamus? Who else?
Oh my god. Shit.
Damn, more than that.
Well, I can't get through everything, but I'm trying to gather all this stuff now.
Rapid fire with Gamaj. Let's see what your day look like today, Gamaj. Let's go.
You see all this?
God damn!
See all these?
Got an omnibus.
These are all pro photos. These aren't even the ones I took with other wrestlers on my phone. So there's even more than this.
All right, let's go. Show us. We know you the man. Let's go.
You ain't got to give us everything, but you got to get some.
No, yeah. Y'all saw Oba, y'all saw DiBiase. If you went to my IG, this is the only one I posted.
Saw Jay.
So far. And we had a video waving our flags like we was in Carnival, but we couldn't record in there. It was sick.
He said, "We."
Stephanie.
What that thing smell like?
You get no
Y'all know
devil's
that
kiss, huh?
BET After Dark shit. BET Uncut. What that thing smell like? I'm about to watch that video next.
That's tough.
That's a hard picture, Gamaj. I ain't gonna hold you. Let me ask you a question, Gamaj. Are they both leaving out champions after WrestleMania?
We did predictions, HP.
I know, but he might have changed it. After he smelt a whiff of AJ, saw how fit and ready she was, after he got to shake hands with CM Punk, he may have changed his mind.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh.
I think it's still, I don't think either of them won.
Damn.
That's ride home.
I mean, that was my prediction from prior. But here's the thing. If you guys found out, Saraya, well now, aka Paige, is coming back to WWE.
She resigned, yeah.
So
they're gonna bring back the butterfly title. They're giving us the Divas era all over again. We got the
They're not bringing that butterfly. That shit.
We got AJ. We got
was
Natty.
The ugliest shit. I hated that.
Hey, hold on. Speaking of titles, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the undisputed podcast champion of the world. But maybe you don't know, I got an eventual battle with Z, and I put this on the line versus Z's commemorative chair from SummerSlam. But here's the thing. I know people think Z the Dropout is good. He's been on Trenches cards, watches YouTube battles. I watched a few of Z's battles, and he's not good, but we got him a belt perfect for him, and that is the Mini-Me Championship. So we got Z. You know what I'm saying? This is a perfect belt for him. You know what I'm saying? You see how it pales in comparison for a non-melanated brother? So Z, until this, you may see me walk around with 2 titles. I don't want you to be confused. I don't.
Hold up. Gamaj looking like Jake
Gamaj,
Snake
you ain't got
over
a
there.
photo album, brother?
Nah, that's a title bag.
Hey, Gamaj, you ain't got to show everybody.
I hear some metal clanking.
Yeah, hold on, man. This thing, I'm really wrapping this joint up. All right.
Wilmer,
because now we don't got these technical difficulties, so.
Oh, this nigga.
Sorry. It's time to go, man. This is why he's your favorite. That's tough. Favorite wrestlers, favorite podcast.
See, which side was it? All right, here we go. Got some signatures on here.
Oh.
Is that my signature? That's when I signed it back in 2017.
Kurt Angle and who else?
Mick Foley.
Fire.
I'm
just Mr. Perfect over here. No title. Y'all got titles, you know what I'm saying?
And we even got one for Z.
And that's Big Show.
Damn.
My John Cena signatures is downstairs. But shout out to John's my dog.
And tomorrow, Lord willing, I get Stone Cold to sign it.
Because last year you just got the pick and vid with Stone Cold. This year you getting the signature.
Oh yeah,
so
I
Austin's
need that.
out there. Austin might pop up tomorrow.
It's possible, yeah.
Hey, Stone Cold, no 4-wheelers this year, blood. No 4-wheelers. we're gonna stay away from that. Austin was wilding last year.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything before we get up out of here, man? Listen, we're gonna be on here all weekend. Y'all, it's the rush I see, man. Gamaj, you be safe out there in Vegas. And yeah, man, we're gonna be on tomorrow. So hit that notification bell so we can talk all about it. It's gonna be something to talk about.
Yeah. Just so y'all know, on the pod towards like the end of Mania, I am gonna be heading back to New York, so I may not be able to make it tomorrow. But for night 2,
before we go, I would be remiss if I don't say happy birthday to the one and only podcast chief, the legend himself, DNA, man. Happy birthday to our guy, our partner, our brother. Listen, man, DNA is out running around, just dropped some new music. Look at that. With the Usos. It's a very interesting story that happened before this picture was taken.
Hey, Cam.
So happy birthday to DNA. More cake, more life, more everything. Sending love, light, and blessings your way, brother. We appreciate you and everything you do and have done for the pod. And us as people. It's our guy right there.
You know what? And just because of that, I'm going to make sure that when we end today, I'm going to play our little flashback joint.
Flashback. Well, let's get it, man. We'll get about it. We got to get our sleep because it's WrestleMania, baby. This time tomorrow, we're going to have a lot to say. And Gamaj, you do your thing out there. Be safe out there in Vegas, brother. And we appreciate you popping in, bro.
Yeah, man.
With all that gold, all them photos.
Golly, well, y'all enjoy this little video. Happy birthday, DNA.
I don't even know where these people out to play, man. What you got going on in the truck?
Y'all remember this, or maybe you don't. Maybe you seen this for the first time.
Back with the recaps, they thought it was clever. Monday night on Netflix, looking raw than never. Final boss popped out, I was surprised at least. A wise man said it's only one tribal chief, but you know I'm still a beast. Roman Reigns when he dolo. Things change, Sokoa ain't the same when he solo. See, Jacob hit him one time, Jimmy let none slide. Guess you really gotta bring Samoan for the bloodline. Tribal combat, yeah, we here for the newest drama. Rock and Paul Heyman gave Roman that Ulafala. Inspiration, gotta find it now. John Cena's last year and his time is now. Said he's entering the Rumble, he's back up in the public. If you in a bad mood, get an attitude adjustment. That new energy with the woman, they know they keep it with me. Got a new champ though, know her name is Rhea Ripley. Really don't fall into it. She kicked Dom in the nuts and had the balls to do it. Undertaker showed up, action packed, he don't pass time. Really took Rhea Ripley with him for that last ride. Now stand up, then after that, stand down. Say yeet, put your hands up, put your hands down. CJ in the building, he got a newer route. Strategize how to beat McIntyre and drew it out. Hulk Hogan popped up, but he ain't good with me. I'm still coming for you, that's word to Booker T. Match after match, they gon' leave him slumped. And Seth Rollins lost, we all seen him punked.